Andy talks with the J about AdWords and conversion rate optimization. Myself and have PM'd a few times but never talked. We decided to record our first Skype chat for the benefit of fellow insiders who do AdWords paid search. The J does conversion rate optimization. We discuss both. We also discuss how we're both freelance consultants slowly escaping the time for money trap. Warning, it's 93 minutes long. I'll get it transcribed and we might cut it into smaller sections. Any feedback appreciated. We hope it helps. Edit, moved to the outside. It was just a fun call with no end goal in mind other than to help people. Both myself and the J would like it to help anyone willing to give it 93 minutes of their attention. Maybe we'll come up with something specifically for the inside. This is long and rambling. You might learn something. I sure did. But yay, it's long. And I stutter a lot. Thanks for doing this with me. This was a really cool experience. By the way, let me reiterate, this is the first call we did. Completely ad hoc, unprepared, just rambling about two dudes who do this stuff for people. I hope people disagree with either of our points, or can spark a conversation. That's what we're really going for, get people talking about this kind of thing. Excellent, I love this stuff. I would love more of people on here getting together, talking about business and recording their thoughts. Interesting feedback. Thanks for listening, Mr. Some questions if I may. What's your biggest takeaways? What's your biggest advice to either of us? Who do you think should listen? And what do you think it would help them with? Any feedback on the format, sound quality, etc.? What did we do well and what can we improve? To record Skype calls to drop into the forum, your blog, or other places. Here's what I did, and I was googling this stuff 5 minutes before the call! ! 1 installed the professional version, has a 30-day free trial and is only €25 anyway. This can automatically record Skype calls for you. 2 edited the resulting file with Audacity, which is free. In this case I just trimmed the chatter at the start and end of the call. 3 uploaded the trimmed audio file to as a private audio, meaning it's not indexed on SoundCloud and only people with the link can access it. This has been free for me so far. Edit, I made it a public track on SoundCloud so others can see it. Your traffic source is a huge, often overlooked, factor of how well your page performs. Not necessarily your traffic platform but the type of people you are targeting. This ties back into search terms. Why are they coming? What are you proving? The pros and cons of split testing. People split testing a page that isn't even set up correctly. Position yourself in a niche for maximum leverage with a client and then branch out into other areas. They like offloading to their most trusted guy. Overall I just like listening to the difference in approach from an AdWords perspective. Lots of little gems. As far as feedback regards production, the quality is good, no issues. I don't know what your goals are, but maybe start a thread and have people ask questions and then answer them every week or month. Depends where you want to go with this. Thanks for the feedback. We had no goals for the call. You know when you sometimes have a call and then go, damn, wish we'd recorded that? We figured our first chat might be interesting, since we were both doing such similar work and since we are both freelance consultants working to escape the time for money model. Myself and have just agreed to move the call to the outside as we'd like it to help anyone willing to give it 90 minutes of their time. Maybe we'll come up with something specifically for the inside. I could do a deep dive into someone's AdWords account, or the J could look at their funnel. We hadn't really thought about it, but we both agreed in the call that we love this forum and that it's helped us immeasurably since we've been members. It's just nice to give back. The CEO's wife doesn't like the color I dyed Lmao. The great thing about audio versus reading it on the forums is getting a sense of other people's free thinking process. While writing can get to the point much faster, it's often edited and can lose some key points of the process. So +1 for additional podcasts. Would love to hear more about positioning your company as the go-to for service XYZ, instead of you, the person. Lol, I guessed Jay's voice with 100% accuracy. Q's I'm sexy as FCK. Lmao. Q's your sexiness expands beyond the horizon, aha. I liked the part about the split testing. They say you shouldn't be split testing unless you're hitting at least 25 conversions a day. Nice listen, I like your method of sending business first and then charging them if they want to continue. The fear of loss is powerful. I have a few questions if you don't mind. Do you think someone can learn AdWords and ranking websites as a side hobby? How long do you spend on each website to set up a Google rank with a homepage and phone number before it's ready to sell to a local business? Do you have to constantly update your knowledge of Google's algorithm in case it is updated? Thanks for listening. I don't do SEO ranking websites. I just do AdWords paid search. If you want to learn AdWords paid search, then check out some of the links in my signature. Most help you understand AdWords, and the AdWords Jumpstart is a detailed how-to guide that will help you get some skin in the game without losing your shirt. It's best if you can find someone close to you who needs help. I explain how I got started with AdWords in the radio interview. And also check out the lead gen for local service businesses thread. As Google's AdWords algorithms and functionality changes, we of course have to keep adapting and innovating to take advantage and get one over on the competitors. Good luck. Thanks for listening. I must admit, I never listen to what they say, or if I do then the natural contrarian in me automatically wants to do the opposite. Ha ha. Thanks for listening. Very interesting feedback. So my stuttering and fumbling around as I am thinking aloud might actually be helpful? Says he was stuttering but actually he talks nice and clearly and it's me whose mouth can't keep up with my brain. Thanks for listening and your suggestions on improving sound quality in the #AndyTalks thread. Haha. Yeah? Is very calm and measured. Does my spoken voice sound like my written voice? I didn't realize I laughed so much. TBH. You guys are scaring me. Great feedback. Thanks. They are good takeaways. Alright. What difference in approach to AdWords? Doesn't everyone do it this way? Yeah, it was fun. I think it's obvious we both talk a lot. Haha. Not a bad first ever chat. We covered a lot of ground, and didn't interrupt each other much as you'd expect of two people who talk to clients a lot. And what on earth makes you think you were the one stuttering? I tend to have that effect on people. #us can die black. Lol. Thanks. I like Gary V, but no. There won't be an Ask Andy B. There's a reason I've never done an AMA. It was actually fairly structured and concise. But it's the Facebook effect, and we all do it, the editing and polishing. In reality, even the most successful fumble, have mental blocks and even make random DK jokes. Seeing that process in action and overcoming them on the spot provides a new perspective. Ah yes, the Facebook effect. Andy tucks away new phrase he'll use later on to appear smart. Seriously though, I will have to think on this and work out what it means. Thanks. Keep 'em coming. It is just more authentic that it is not rehearsed. Got some nuggets from both of you. This is really great. It made me look at how I was qualifying my traffic more. I never thought of it like that. Bump. Doing with a website. Even just about building a website. Do yourself a favor and listen to the recording already. I think if you offer websites in 2016 you need to be smart about it. I have outsourced it 100% and approaching it from a standpoint of saving them expenses or giving them big value for low price. The end goal is not earning money but earning their trust so I can run ads for the client. People still earn well on websites alone, but I think the website service in itself becoming a commodity fast and we need to adjust. After reading, I am a little jealous of who created websites in a time where the demand was so big that he got referrals all the time. But then again, now we have so many website builders and templates that we can literally create websites for the price of a beer. So in my eyes it is the biggest and cheapest relationship builders I can think of. There are more business online now than back then. And those with a website now know they don't need a website, they need sales. I attack this from a different angle. I don't build websites. I generate leads, sales, and revenue. I attach myself to the demonstrated monthly cash flow of generating new business every single month. I find that saying things like you don't need a website, you need sales and do you want a pretty website or a pretty bank balance, helps me to sell my monthly lead or sales generation service. Then once I can get highly qualified visitors to a landing page, and my client starts seeing more sales, we can easily justify reinvesting some of that additional revenue into improving the landing page for those visitors. Which will then lead to other landing pages, the whole website, content marketing, social media, etc. Generate more revenue for a business and it becomes a lot easier for them to buy more from you. For sure. They have got pitched by big agencies for years how important a website is for their brand. Insert bullshit here. So regardless if you do like you and say let's focus on the stuff that gives you results, or like me let me take care of your brand or website for a super low entry price or free, we both separate ourselves from all the regular website companies out there. My latest ad client I created their landing page up front and approached them with the question, you want to try it free for a month and see how it performs? You can't really attach a website to results, so I agree 100% on your message, but my point is just that some locals still value a website high because of their indoctrination from salespeople. So it can also be used as an effective gift playing on there. Yes, good tactic. I do something similar. I'll often throw in the first landing page for free, and once they can see how it works, they're willing and able to spend on other landing pages. Business owners don't want to have to deal with all this CR@P. They just want it done for them. I'll do it for you has much higher perceived value than I'll help you with it. BTW, the first guy I got into my team was a landing page dude, since most client websites suck. Indeed. But isn't it just great for people like us, that 8 or 10 locals advertise to a crappy website? BTW, how big are your team now? You need to update your insider thread. Approaching businesses as a highly technical specialist is easier than approaching them as the web guy nowadays. You perform and up and cross-sell once you are in. Instead of creating assets and sell them to businesses, creating assets for your businesses and renting them out is a very smart way to scale a service. This way, a funnel can be resold for a monthly fee. Consultants are hired guns, technical specialists and not business owners with the main focus of developing their business. How mindset can make the difference between grinding and thriving. Generating leads for blacksmiths in Canada and then approaching them with the result is ingenious. What's your progress with that? Do it for one vertical in one city. Do it for the same vertical in the next city. And the next, add different verticals. Do the same. Find the ones that don't work. Attach yourself to demonstrated monthly cash flows. Because they can't get their ROI with all their staff, offices and other expenses. Something to think about. And if you want to learn fast, teach others. 90 minutes well spent. Thank you guys. I'm not doing it at present. Too busy with referrals and diesel and coffee. Thanks for listening, and the detailed breakdown of your takeaways.